Crypto fans, thanks for stopping in. I'm Cryptomaxx. This is Cryptomaxxnews, and we got a great day on tap here. Well, great evening, great morning. It's late. So, hey, appreciate you supporting the channel. I do want to say before we start out, I am a new channel. Really appreciate you subscribing, following on other mediums of content creation. So, but it does help. So my commitment back to you, I'm always going to dig into something that maybe not everybody else does. And I like to think I come from a little bit different angle. I don't do charting and, I don't do spreadsheets and all that other stuff. I really respect those who do, but I love to do the research. I like to dig into, the behind the scenes stuff. And I'll show you tonight why that matters in some cases and how that's going to matter in the future to you and why you might want to subscribe. So, not financial advice, but the things that we talk about here may end up benefiting how you approach crypto and what you can do. So, all right, let's get into this has been, I love this week because it's kind of a picture of what crypto is. If you look at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it was, the stock market crashed, everything's down, everybody's, and then all of a sudden, I told somebody Wednesday, it actually took till like Thursday, but somebody asked me on Monday, hey, what's going on? I said, it'll be back Wednesday, don't worry. And it really probably took until, I guess, late Wednesday, maybe early Thursday morning, and then it started to pick up. But take a look what's happened, right? We're here to Saturday and it's rolling, and these lows keep going. The lows, right? We go up, then we come down a little bit, then we go up and come down, and love seeing that. Bitcoin is at 49.1 right now, and we're heading into Sunday morning. 6 a.m. Sunday mornings are usually like real low points, and Bitcoin is at 49.1. What's not to be happy about, right? Okay, so Cardano is on fire, right? 264, I think they were up to. So I'm pretty sure that's an all-time high. And, so I love rooting for everything. We're going to talk about XRP today and the patent application. So, but give credit where credit is due. I love to see Cardano rolling, right? And even XRP's down to 125. Terrible. So, and this is what, just wait till this rocket ship takes off. Not financial advice. All right. So, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. And if Sunday around 6 a.m. is a low point, then guess what? I can't wait until Tuesday-ish, Wednesday. It's going to be beautiful. So, all right. Probably what you came for. The patent that everybody is talking about broke by Crypto on Twitter, and then now all of a sudden you've got people looking into this. So I'm going to dive in a little bit, and things like this matter because if you can see what people are setting up for, you can kind of start to feel the competition against Ripple, right? And whether or not there's going to be anything. And then I saw somebody, I'm not going to mention any names, but I saw somebody almost like claiming a victory because another company had filed for a patent. And they've never been in the ring with the champion. Just saying. Just go, take that for what it is. I respect a lot of people. I respect their opinions. But I will say, if somebody hasn't been in the ring with the champion, you can't even say, hey, I signed up for classes and I'm planning on doing it. No, that's not how this game is played. You're talking about setting up years worth of a network that Ripple has done with hundreds of banks globally and putting all the chess pieces all over the map. And now you're going to watch that thing play out, especially, and this is with a suppressed exchange market. during an SEC lawsuit. So how's that $1.25 looking right now? Every odd stacked against you, and you're still the best. You're the original, and the lid is going to come off. Not financial advice. Okay, so I can't wait. I'm just so pumped up. All right, so if you notice right over here, let me type this in again. I type that in right, there we go. All right, so you're gonna see Ripple, 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 Ripple. And the band played on, right? Because it keeps going. Now, one thing I started to notice, though, is I go in here, and let's type in our good buddies, SWIFT. Yep. So this is where you start talking about some really interesting things. SWIFT being like a secondary solution, SWIFT being, a pre-established, more antiquated. So one of the arguments against SWIFT is that it's, think of it almost like analog versus digital. And I'm not trying to knock SWIFT in any way, but you're talking about the old system versus the new, and it's not even close. You're talking about nostro, vostro, and if you don't know about that, I'm not going to go into it today, but basically trillions of dollars being locked up, and they could be freed up in a matter of seconds. So that's the reason that Ripple XRP is the solution. And anyone who wants to say, oh, wow, there's going to be something, I don't care if there's going to be, and you got a blueprint and you've got an idea and you filed for an application for something. What is it? What has it done? Show me. Don't keep talking about how, there's the next thing around the corner. Hundreds of banks, chess pieces all over the globe, in play right now, ready for the floodgates to open Ripple. All right? So that's my personal opinion, but I think it's held by a heck of a lot of people the same way. So, but if you keep on looking, SWIFT is mentioned so many dang times, right? All the way through here. And there is a piece, if I can find it, and if I don't, it's only because it's late, right? But basically what it talks about is the tokenization. And here, let me put that in there. Tokenized message. Tokenized message. Token. 164. And there's a better one. Okay. So basically, SWIFT, tokenized messages described in the previous embodiments may include information that is typically transmitted by SWIFT. And then it mentions SWIFT and tokenization, and I'm just too tired to get back to it. And I should have made my note, my handwritten note, and shown you. But I tell you right now, SWIFT and tokenization are mentioned in the same little section. I thought it was up here. But anyway, can you see how many times this, tokenized and SWIFT, everything, right? So let's go back. We'll do it one more time. And I hope this is valuable to you, because here's my thought on this. Is when you have when you have the ability to look out and say, hey, here's what's coming down. This is what they're applying for, and this is what the future is going to look like. They have to apply for it first. But could we have a complementary, here it is, 173. The tokenized message as described in the previous embodiments may include information that's typically transmitted by the SWIFT or other current acknowledged data transmission systems And now that's kind of more overriding what SWIFT does. There's another section, and I'll apologize now because I'm so tired I can't find the dang thing. But they are setting up. But I want to tell you, there's also a little hint here, and I'm not saying that that's the case, but I think other people feel the same thing about this patent application and what could be. Could you end up seeing the analog version and the new blockchain version blend for interoperability where it makes sense and some sort of partnership? I don't know, right? I wish we had that looking glass or crystal ball behind the scenes. But you want to talk about bullish news. Crazy, off the chart bullish, because when all those trillions of dollars are sitting there just waiting to be moved, and you can move them as fast as XRP can and efficient, and we've already got the network set up that way. And I say we, I feel like I'm an adopted member of XRP Ripple. Call me Ripple. All right. So, all right, last little piece. I'm not gonna talk forever today. So, well, look at who we see here. Stellar. Isn't that stellar? So it doesn't, basically, when you saw how many times it mentioned Ripple, but basically what they do is they say, we're not limiting ourselves to this application to any one, even though they mentioned Ripple strewn everywhere, and they only mentioned Stellar, I think, one time. Yeah, one time. One out of one. There it is. And they mentioned SWIFT a ton of times. So Ripple more than SWIFT, and then Stellar was mentioned once. But isn't that interesting that they would throw that name out there just one time, right? And maybe that's more peer-to-peer stuff in not cross-border, which is kind of more of their style, right? Even though I think they are trying to compete a little bit. They're trying. So, where did we see that? Over in Korea? Might have been Korea. They're trying to compete. So, okay. Anyway, you get the point. They're saying right here that these protocols, and this is a method in which they would like to see this happen. Companies that are doing it, Ripple. And then there's SWIFT doing it the other way, the messaging system way, blockchain way, Ripple, and then you've got Stellar mentioned one time as like a possible other name in the industry. Okay? All right. I hope this excites you a little bit in saying, hey, there are some amazing possibilities. This is just one company in Australia applying for a U.S. patent and how they want to do transmissions or some sort of settlement. The possibilities around the world are endless, and you see that taking off everywhere. Okay. I did a little thing on Binance and their Know Your Customer. So what has happened now is Binance has come and said, all right, we are locking it down. We're done. I did a TikTok on this a while back, but it was when so much was happening and Ontario shut off Binance, and then all of a sudden it was Japan and UK, and then CZ from Binance, the CEO, was like, okay, we're done throwing up the white flag. I'm gonna be really compliant, and we're gonna hire a super duper compliant CEO who specializes in compliance. And I joked that he had Mr. Compliance on a T-shirt and wrapped on his car, but they should have done this a long time ago. Should have gone to KYC. I know decentralization is the ideal of it's like a freedom world and having your own control and all those other things, and having less identity and being, subject to the rules of everybody else. And that's part of the beauty of the Bitcoin ideal when it was created. But just understand when you're now trying to go into other countries and tell them how you're going to do it, they're going to tell you how you're going to do it. So, and that's just the truth. I'm just telling you that this needed to happen a while ago. And if they ease their way themselves into compliance and say, hey, what can we do? How can we work with you? You're much better off than then coming back and saying, we're just laying down the hammer. And that's kind of what's happened to Binance. And they've gotten hurt by it. And you don't want to see it because they're so big. But I think there is a possibility Coinbase eventually takes over Binance. And I'm saying it today, right now. Coinbase is on fire. Okay. And then if you want to know, if you're a Binance customer today, you can just go into their academy, find out about KYC, because what's going to happen is they are going to lock it down. You're not going to be able to trade anymore if you don't do KYC. Know your customer. You're going to have to give up your identity, right? And these are the basics. Here's the introduction. And then it says, here's what you're going to have to do. So all these little things. You're going to have to give a picture ID. You're going to have to load in your bank account information and all that stuff, right? You know, at the very least, who you are, right? And I don't, you know, I won't talk about how I went about it. Everybody go about it their own personal way. But this is it right here. And so they should have done it a long time ago. And I'm just going to stop it there. I really appreciate coming in, stopping in. If you have questions about anything, doesn't matter what it is, there's so much I want to do, but I hope the channel grows enough where I start getting suggestions from you as far as what we need to talk about every day. So like, subscribe, follow. I'll be back tomorrow.